Hello everybody and welcome back to the Everton FC 26 career mode. In this series it is my goal to turn Merseyside blue, bring Everton back on top of English football as well as putting them on top of European football also. And as you can see here, after 17 games in the Premier League, we are top of the table by 3 points. And who are we 3 points clear of? None other than our local rivals in Liverpool, who we are still undefeated against in this series. That one L next to their name there, that was courtesy of us. 3 Merseyside derbies in this career mode, and we have won all 3 of them. And I said it at the end of the last episode, I'm actually really excited about the potential of an Everton-Liverpool title race. I think that would be very, very exciting. But as you can see here, we have a massive, massive game to kick off this episode up against 4th place Manchester City, who you really do feel like if they did get a win here, could themselves still have an outside chance at competing for this Premier League title. Always one of the toughest fixtures of the season, travelling to the blue half of Manchester. And of course, as a United fan, I always have a personal agenda anytime I play these lot. Bloody can't stand Man City. And we've definitely had our fair share of battles over the years with them on this channel. And what's very interesting as well about this Manchester City team is that it is a Manchester City team not being managed by Pep Guardiola. He has left Manchester City in this series and he has gone back to Bayern Munich, and they have been taken over, they being Man City, by former captain Vincent Kompany, who ironically left Bayern Munich to go to Man City. I'm seeing that happen quite a lot in terms of like swap deals with managers. We saw Eddie Howe leave Newcastle to go to Arsenal, and then we saw Arteta go to Newcastle at the same time. So I don't know if that's being done on purpose, as my manager there wears his heart on his sleeve with the Everton badge. But listen, whatever, I'm going on a bit of a rant here. I'm very interested to see how this City team fares under new management, and hopefully we can get the 3 points here and extend our gap at the top of the table and make sure Man City are as far away from this title race as possible. Oh, lovely bit of skill there by Akliouche. Can we create the first opportunity of this game? Barry, good turn, looking for the left-footed strike. He scored quite a few left-footed goals in the last episode, but that effort got blocked. And City now looking to go on the attack here with Phil Foden. Back to Gonzalez. Back with Phil Foden, man who is having a bit of a, not career resurgence in real life, but he's definitely improved his form in recent times. He's somebody who we did actually use in a series a few years ago. The Cloyne United series, create a club in FIFA 23 I should say. And who knows, maybe Phil Foden in this career mode might swap the blue half of Manchester for the blue half of Merseyside. Robinson now in a good position. Can he deliver a good ball in? Yes he can, Akliouche! Oh, it's a good save by Donnarumma. Oh, brilliant ball in though. Akliouche did really well to connect with it. Donnarumma with the save, but we do get a corner kick here. Yeremy Pino will deliver it in. Branthwaite wins the header, and it's another save from the Italian shot stopper. He is honestly such a beast, not just in real life, or sorry, not just in this game I should say, but in real life as well. And he's kept the scoreline level here with 2 really good saves. Now it's City's turn to go on the attack. Here's Jeremy Doku, who I was quite disappointed with in the Montreal series last year. Never quite clicked into gear. I just don't think the system suited him. Now listen, he still got a Champions League trophy out of it, and so did we. But he definitely was a bit disappointing in that series, so he's somebody else I would like to try. Maybe not in this series, but definitely in a future series down the line. Oh, interesting ball in there by Yeremy Pino. Akliouche is offside. That was a bit of a mad cross, but unfortunately it comes to nothing. Here's Erling Haaland, one of the quieter games he's had against us on the channel. But listen, there's still a long way to go. Here's Reinders up against Branthwaite. Good turn. Here is Erling Haaland. Oh, just over the bar. I thought I jinxed myself there for a second. The Aldi Brock Lesnar with a decent strike there just outside the box. I thought Pickford might have got a touch to it there for a second, but Erling Haaland thought he was playing Gaelic football and decided to put it over the bar. Here's Akliouche. Rooney. Can we get a big chance here right before the end of the half with Tierno Barry? Yes, we can. Really well worked goal there. He probably was player of the episode. this past Wednesday. Some brilliant goals and performances in that episode, and he started out this one with a really, really big goal. It looked like nothing was going to beat Gianluigi Donnarumma in this episode, but that was a really good finish there. Akliush playing it into Kai Rooney, Barry with the first time finish, and it ripples the back of the net. We take the lead here up against Manchester City in the Battle of the Blues, and what a goal to kick off the scoring here. Akliush gets intercepted there. Jeremy Doku now. Oh, it's a good run here from Doku. Haaland, can O'Brien stop it? Yes, he can. What a block that was from the Irish defender. Still getting offers for him with that whole contract situation, but the board haven't forced me to sell him, so hopefully he will still be here on January 1st and we can offer him that new deal. Pino's done really well here though. Can we double our advantage going into the second half at Rooney? Yes, we can! Oh, another brilliantly well-worked goal. It's Kai Rooney, the son of Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney. I need to stop referring to him as that. He needs to have his own identity as well. But he has come back to haunt his dad's old team here with a really good goal. Jeremy Pino into Barry, into Rooney. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. And we will be 2-0 up going into the halftime break. City kick off the second half now with a massive mountain to climb. But I tell you what, it'll be an even bigger mountain to climb in the Premier League table if they lose this game, as we look to extend our gap over them and hopefully extend the gap over Liverpool as well. Oh, Haaland with a good ball now out to Doku. A lot of space to run into. It's back with Erling Haaland. Twisting and turning. Gets the better of Jake O'Brien, but doesn't get the better of Jordan Pickford. But City starting out this second half very lively. Good interception there by Jeremy Pino. Here's Barry. Back out to Pino. You really feel like a third goal could kill this game off. Can he spot Kai Rooney in the middle? Yes, he can. But the connection was weak and Donnarumma will roll it out to Gonzalez. Oh, Haaland now on the ball. Erling Haaland, is he going to get City back into the game? No, he's not. Jordan Pickford having an absolute blinder at the moment. Well, Donnarumma was pulling off some big saves in the first half, but Pickford, I tell you what, anything Donnarumma can do, Pickford can do just as good, if not better. 20 minutes to go now, Man City running out of time, but if they were to score now, it would make things quite interesting, but Branthwaite is there to stop that from happening, and now we look to go right up the other end and kill off this game. Barry, he has the pace and the power. Has to put it out to Philogene, fresh off the bench. Can he see Jeremy Pino in the middle? I tell you what, it was Ethan Mpadu, another substitute, who went in to try and get that third goal, but City deal with it. Now they look to go up the other end again. It's like a basketball game at the moment. Marmoush now into Erling Haaland. Up against O'Brien. I thought he was going to try and play in Rodri. Still finds Marmoush. Rodri. Is that wide, or did Jordan Pickford make the save? He did make the save, but City do get the corner. And they take it short. Phil Foden. Oh, Philogene, what are you doing? Cleared away. They still have it though. Rodri again. Haaland. Yeah, we were never going to stop that. I could feel the goal coming. 2-1 now with 11 minutes to go. Erling Haaland, no urgency to get the ball back to the centre circle. He's just admiring the back of the net there. Do you know what? It's been so long since he's seen it. He said he'd stay and observe the view for a bit. But with 10 minutes left, it's going to be very nervy. 2-1. Can we hold on to this? Oh, can we hold on to this lead? Oh, bloody hell. Jeremy Pino has picked up an injury. Oh, that's not good. You know what? Better safe than sorry. I'm going to bring on Max Aarons. I think Elowadi actually does a little bit better as a right midfielder. Yeah, he gets a +2. Aarons can come on and play it right back. And hopefully we can hold on to this lead. Oh, good interception by Alcaraz. Here's Rooney. Oh, lovely turn. Kai Rooney, have the shot. Ah, 5 minutes left. That would have been the clincher, but it's another save by Donnarumma. City making another change now. Gonzalez comes off, and they're bringing on Shirky. Another attacking change. Oh, Robinson gets dispossessed there. We took the corner short. It hasn't worked out. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, what a chance that was to get that third goal. And it would have been all from a Man City mistake. Elowadi now over to Mpadu. Philogene over the top. Barry gets there. Oh, that's a really good finish as well. And surely that seals it. 3-1 here in the 89th minute. Tierno Barry yet again. And that is very, very crucial for us, because I just saw there that Liverpool are leading Southampton by 3-1. We've matched that scoreline here at the Etihad. A big, big result for us here, which is a really, really big hit to Manchester City's title hopes. And Tierno Barry is the man who surely has gotten the goal to clinch all 3 points here at the Etihad. And the referee does blow the full-time whistle. 3 goals and 3 points here at the Etihad. A really big result here up against the blue half of Manchester. But in the battle of the blues, it is the blue half of Merseyside that comes out on top. We stay 3 points clear at the top of the table, and Manchester City really now are in a top 4 race as opposed to being in a title race. We are quickly approaching the January transfer window as well, and we have agreed to sell a couple of players once January 1st hits. Ortwin I should say, de Wolf, our backup goalkeeper, will be joining Wolverhampton Wanderers. 4.5 million to sell him. Look, he wasn't really playing much anyway. We do have a young goalkeeper out on loan who I'm probably just going to call back to be the backup for the rest of the season, and this money hopefully will go towards giving Jake O'Brien a new contract. And another player who will be leaving us in the January transfer window will be our backup right midfielder, Tyler Dibbling. I'm a little bit disappointed about this one. I was really excited to use Tyler Dibbling in this save. I just haven't enjoyed using him. There are just certain players who are at a good age with a decent rating who, for whatever reason, I just don't click with. I think every career mode player has a few players who they have that experience with, and Tyler Dibbling is one of those players for me. But we do get quite a decent chunk of change for him, 24.5 million for him to join Tottenham. So in the January transfer window, we will have to go in for another right midfielder, but Tyler Dibbling will no longer be playing for Everton. Thank you for your service, and best of luck at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Aston Villa are the next opponent at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, and again, this is normally a game I would play, but Villa are down in 15th at the moment, not having a great season. And we do have a fairly fit team. I feel relatively comfortable quick-simming this one, and that means after this we'll be in the January transfer window, where not only will I be able to sign another backup right midfielder, but hopefully I'll be able to give that man there playing centre-back, Jake O'Brien, a brand new contract, and he will no longer want to leave. So let's quick sim this, hopefully get the 3 points. Yes, we do. 3-1, Akliouche, Barry, and Barry again with the goals. And we do get a victory here over the Villains. So here we are now on January 1st, and as you can see, we now have 26 million in the transfer budget. So let's go over here to the squad hub, and hopefully Jake O'Brien will be still willing to accept a new deal. Yes, he is. Okay, thank goodness me. Listen, I know some people might be out there wondering why the hell are you so concerned about giving Jake O'Brien a new contract? Surely you could just sell him and replace him. I have my very personal reasons for keeping this man. I've explained them time and time again, so I won't bore you with the details. If you're new around here, I'm actually related to Jake O'Brien in real life, so I really want him to be a part of this team. But he wants an important first team role and not crucial. That's completely fine. He's got just around a year and a half left on his deal, so let's extend that by 3 years maybe. Will he be happy to have a 3-year extension on top of that? Yes, he will. Lovely stuff. Doesn't want a release clause. That is absolutely fine. Is he going to tell me what he wants for a wage, or am I going to have to determine it? I'm going to have to determine it. And you know what? I'm happy to basically double what he's on and give him 50 grand a week. And you know what? We'll throw in 100k to sweeten the deal ever so slightly. Is Jake O'Brien happy to accept that? Yes, he is. Thank goodness. He is still on board to become our future captain. Jake O'Brien has been signed to a new deal here at Everton, and that's one less thing to worry about in this career mode. And in terms of bringing in another right midfielder, I don't really want to break the bank on anybody here in January after Tyler Dibbling's departure. I wouldn't mind waiting till the summer to really splash the cash on somebody in that position, even if they are only a backup. But the person who I'm going to go in for here is this Brazilian right midfielder, Cerezo. He can play on the right, he can play on the left, he can play through the middle as well. And he's not he's not overly expensive, marketed at 9 million, 76 rated, so I have no problem going for him here in the January transfer window. I'm going to offer slightly over his value. We'll go 9.5 million. Will they be willing to accept that? Yes, they will. I probably could have offered a bit less, but listen, we have the budget, so it's not a problem. Let's now go offer him a contract and bring him into the squad. And he is happy to sign for us here at Everton. A 4-year deal worth 35 grand a week. Welcome to the Hill Dickinson Stadium, S2E6. Oh my god, lads, I feel like an absolute idiot. I just went back to review the footage after I saw bad negotiation here from the board, and S2E6 actually was running out of contract, and we could have got him for about 4 million less than his market value, and I paid 500 grand more than his market value. Yeah, that's on me. I didn't pay attention to the chief executive's suggestion for what we should offer, so that's on me. But look, whatever. We have a new right midfielder. That's all that matters. You know what? Originally, I was going to call back our young goalkeeper Hobson from his loan at Trabzonspor to be the backup keeper for the rest of the season. But I'm actually going to keep him out on loan, and I'm going to go back in for Dragkovski. This was the guy I actually wanted to sign initially when we were looking for a backup goalkeeper, and we can get him for less than his market value. I will pay attention to that this time, and let's see if we can get him to the Hill Dickinson Stadium to be a backup for Jordan Pickford. And we do get the deal over the line, but I'm not even going to pay attention to what the board is saying here. There's no way this transfer is a D. They're saying the best possible deal is 4.5 million. I'm calling BS on that because I offered 5 million and they asked for 5.8, so that's complete nonsense there from the board. But regardless, we do have our new backup goalkeeper, and we also have the man with the best beard in the game in our squad, so I'm very happy. And now we get a lovely message here from Jake O'Brien, who says, I have to say I'm glad you've recognised how valuable I am to the club. It means I can clear my head now and focus 100% on my football. I'm really happy that we got this situation resolved and that this man is still on course to become our future captain. Our first game of 2027 is going to be an away game here against Brighton, who are down in 16th. And I did say I would be simming a lot of games against teams towards the bottom of the table. Bit of a risk here with it being away from home, but with the full strength team, I'm relatively confident that we can get a good result here. So let's quick sim this. Hopefully we can come out of it with the win, and we do, albeit through a late Tierno Barry goal. He scores the winner there in the 85th minute. Evan Ferguson equalised in the 56th minute. Barry also scored in the 50th minute and the 34th minute, so he gets a hat-trick and we get the victory here down south against the Seagulls. I tell you what, lads, I was in two minds about whether I was going to play this game against Brentford or maybe give it a quick sim. They were down in 13th, but I felt like I quick simmed enough games in this episode, so I decided to give it a go. And what a game it was. We get off to a great start. Kai Rooney getting, I think, his 14th league goal of the season, putting it past former Liverpool goalkeeper Kevin Kelleher to give us the perfect start to this game. Akliouche there with the assist, and he had a fantastic game as well, but Rooney was the man who ended up finishing it. And not too long after this, Akliouche, just before the half-hour mark, scores a brilliant header here. What a ball in by Yeremy Pino. And Akliouche, not a man who I would associate with headed goals in this team, but he got a great connection with that cross there from Pino, and that doubled our advantage here in the first half. And we were absolutely cruising at this point. And that can only mean one thing. It's that Brentford were going to get back into this game, because that's normally how it goes. And that is what happened. Otaru, about 6 minutes into the second half, did pull one back for Brentford. We left a huge gap there at the back, and he took full advantage of it. And it is a really good finish, to be fair. Pickford getting absolutely nowhere near it. And then with a few minutes to go, I don't know why it's showing so many highlights here, because a lot of these weren't actually that great. Maybe this one here actually from Jared Branthwaite. I mean, he has come so close to scoring headers from corners, it's actually so frustrating. And that was one example of that. He makes good connections with them, he just can't keep them down, which is really, really frustrating. But what was even more frustrating was that Kolo Muani, a big signing for Brentford, did get them back on level terms here. Again, absolutely massive gap there at the back, which was taken advantage of. But listen, credit where it's due, it's a really, really tidy finish. And I thought, bloody hell, we're going to drop 2 points here in London, and it's going to be a very, very frustrating result. But then, of course, Kai Rooney, you can never keep a great player down. Soriso came on to make his debut and he assisted Rooney to put us 3-2 up, and that did seal all 3 points here up against Brentford. What a game it was, and I'm really glad that we didn't quick sim it and that we actually gave it a go. So we kick off our FA Cup campaign here against Brighton, and when you see this goal here from Rutter, which put them 1-0 up, when I say this is the goal that really set the tone for the game, that is putting it mildly, because that was 6 minutes into this third round fixture in the FA Cup, and the floodgates opened no sooner than the game had begun. Really good finish there from the man who we did use in the Montreal series. I feel like nearly every game we've played in this career mode, there's been an ex-Montreal player in the team. It's really, really weird. But Rutter here came back to haunt us with a really, really good finish. He wasn't done there. Just after the half-an-hour mark, he got his second goal of the game. Honestly, all these goals are a bit of a blur for me because we got battered so much by them. But a lovely bit of trickery there. Dragowski, who had a debut to forget, brought out too far, and Rutter had an empty net to aim at, and he doubled the Seagulls' lead. He still wasn't finished because then Jared Brantwaite gave away a penalty. Only have myself to blame, never should have slid in there, and Rutter stood up to take the spot kick, and he did finish it from 12 yards. Strakowski probably regretting signing the piece of paper on the contract to sign for Everton. That didn't make any sense. He's regretting coming to Everton is what I'm trying to say after this performance. In the second half then, it wasn't Rutter, but it still was Brighton with Yassine Ayari, who made it 4-0 here. Rutter did get the assist, very similar to the second goal that he scored here, and I knew after this there was going to be absolutely no comeback. Brighton were just on another level today. Sometimes you get these freak results in the FA Cup, and this was a very good example of it. Matoma then made it 5-0. Rutter again involved, his shot was saved, and Matoma headed it home to put Brighton 5-0 up. And I was just laughing at this point. I couldn't even get mad. We were so poor, it actually made me laugh. It was absolutely crazy. Coladio did come off the bench and he made the scoreline look a little bit more respectable. Lapal there squared him and he did pull one back for us. And then a few minutes after that, he got a second goal for us and a second goal for himself. And the final score here in the third round of the FA Cup is 5-2 to Brighton. We just simmed a game against them in the league away from home and got 3 points. And then we play against them in the FA Cup and they absolutely batter me. Well, I tell you what, I'm really glad that we're still in the League Cup because I had my heart set on winning at least one of the domestic cups this season. But look, we have to put that poor result behind us. There is still a domestic cup competition to play for here in the Carabao Cup, where we have reached the semi-final, and we will be taking on Newcastle here as Fulham take on Spurs in an all-London semi-final in the Final Four here as well. So we will play the first leg here up against the Toon Army, who of course did win the League Cup in real life last season, and hopefully we can take one step closer to winning Everton's first trophy in over 30 years. It's been far too long since the Toffees last won silverware, and here we are now in a semi-final. Ooh, I'm loving this graphic. I have not seen this graphic yet. That is absolutely beautiful. And what would be even more beautiful is if that man right there, Jordan Pickford, will be the man to lift the Carabao Cup at Wembley. Hopefully we can get off to a good start here in the first leg of the semi-final against the 2025 winners of this competition in Newcastle. And there is a very dangerous player, Anthony Gordon. We know all about him on this channel. He was brilliant in both the Celtic and Dream Team career modes we did last year. Oh, and they also have Dusan Vlahovic, one of my favourite players to use in career mode, but a very, very difficult player to come up against. But hopefully we can keep him quiet. Barry gets things kicked off. Let's get a good result here in this first leg. Robinson now into Barry. Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo! Oh, who has won domestic cup competitions before at United. Didn't actually play in the 2023 final against Newcastle, but of course he did win the FA Cup at United back in 2024, so hopefully that experience will help us get over the line in this competition. But here's Akliouche now. who had a bit of a slow start to the season, kind of like Barry, but in recent times has been absolutely killing it. Yeremy Pino, one of the players of the season so far, has his shot saved by Nick Pope, but a very promising start here from Everton. Oh, lovely back heel there by Rooney into Elowadi. Akliouche is making the run here. Cuts it back for Kai Rooney, who plays in Barry. And Nick Pope with another great save here. Oh, that's two big opportunities now to open up the scoring here. And Nick Pope has denied both of them. Pino will deliver this ball in though. Branthwaite, who had a bit of a stinker in the FA Cup third round game against Brighton. I'm not going to hold it against him too much though. Listen, sometimes you get those games where a team on their worst day comes up against a team on their best day, and that's what I'm going to put it down to. Oh, it's a good ball by Eric Bunham though into Rooney, and we do take the lead here, and Kai Rooney opens up the scoring here in this League Cup semi-final. Really well worked goal there. Absolutely fantastic. We've had to go with the full strength team here in a League Cup semi-final. We made some rotations in the FA Cup, but I wasn't willing to do the same here in this game. And Rooney smacks that one past Nick Pope, and we do take the lead here, and you have to say it is fully deserved. Here is Dusan Vlahovic. What a player he is, both in real life and in career mode. Here's Anthony Gordon now. Jared Branthwaite, you absolute idiot. Oh my God, for the second game in a row he's given away a penalty. I mean, I'm calling him an idiot. I'm the one controlling him. Oh, but Newcastle have a chance to grab an equaliser here. It's Vlahovic up against Jordan Pickford, both wearing green. But which one will come out on top here? Pickford playing some mind games. The former Juventus man to take the penalty. Pickford guesses the right way, but doesn't get there. And Newcastle are back on level terms. Oh, Mainu, great interception there. Rooney has it. Gives it back to Kobbie Mainoo. Oh, yes! Right on the stroke of half-time. We take the lead yet again. He scored what ended up being the winner in the FA Cup final in 2024. And now he's put us 2-1 up here in the League Cup final in 2027. Really good finish there. Great work by Rooney to get the ball back. And a great ball into Kobbie Mainoo. And a great finish from Kobbie Mainoo. And we will be leading here going into the second half. Newcastle kick things off here in the second half. Really hope we can not just hold on to this lead, but add to it as well. I'd love to have a very comfortable lead to take to St James's Park. Oh, that was a stupid ball out by Jordan Pickford. I only have myself to blame for that. I thought he would have got more distance on the clearance. Newcastle end up winning the ball back, and Anthony Gordon gets another equaliser for them. That's really, really frustrating. Akliouche again. Rooney. Akliouche is making the run. Finds him. Ends up back with Mainoo though. Somebody just have a shot. Yeremy Pino. Goes out for a corner. And Pino was the man to deliver that corner. Branthwaite was lurking, but unable to get there. Here's Gordon again. Oh, look at the pace. Finds Vlahovic. And he evades the tackle. Oh, lovely bit of skill there by Dusan Vlahovic. And Pickford makes a really good save. But I've just got a bad feeling that we might live to regret some of the chances we've missed in this game. Good ball by Rooney out to Akliouche. Run into that space. I can see Akliouche again. He's got Alvarez fresh off the bench in the middle, and he finds him. And with just over 15 minutes to go, we take the lead for the third time in this first leg. And hopefully now we can actually hold on to this lead. I was going to say maybe even add to it, but you know what? I would be very, very happy at the very least to keep this game at 3-2. Really well worked goal. Akliouche with the ball in. Alvarez with the finish. Can we now hold on to this? Here's Pino running down the left-hand side now. Robinson overlapping. He can see Rooney. He finds him. Can Rooney find Alvarez in the middle? It's cleared away. O'Brien, go on, win that header. Keep the attack going. Brilliant stuff by Jake O'Brien. But Pino gives it away. Oh, Robinson with a world-class tackle there. Alvarez. Coladio off the bench did score 2 goals in that thumping against Brighton. Here's Akliouche. Can he get yet another assist? Rooney! Oh, so unlucky. 1 minute of stoppage time left to play here. It looks like at the very least we've gotten a 3-2 result here, and if Coladio could have stayed on side, he definitely would have been in to make it 4. I tell you what, that's been a big problem for us this year, is being caught offside too many times. And he was offside, to be fair. I mean, his toenail was offside, but still. That should be enough, though. Sven Botman's going to take the free kick here. But the referee blows the whistle as soon as he takes the free kick. We get a 3-2 victory here. A healthy enough lead to bring over to St James's Park. As Mikel Arteta, the new Newcastle boss. I mean, he wasn't able to win a trophy at Arsenal. Is he going to bring that curse now over to Newcastle? But we won't worry about that. We're just going to enjoy the fact that we do have a lead to bring up north for the second leg of this Carabao Cup semi-final. Both home teams getting victories here in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Of course, we beat Newcastle 3-2 and Fulham did beat Tottenham by 2-1. So the away team will have the advantage in both of the second legs. So at this moment in time, it's looking like it could be a Toffees versus Cottagers final. But listen, it's not over until it's over. Still a lot of work to do for both of us. But we do have the advantage going into that second leg at St James's Park. In terms of the Premier League table, let's have a look here. We have a 6-point gap over Liverpool, who have since lost another game in the Premier League. I'm actually not too sure who that was against. Let's have a quick look here. I'm not sure when they lost it either. Oh, there, against Chelsea at home as well. So Chelsea do us a favour there by getting a 1-0 win up against Liverpool. And I have to say, lads, it's looking really, really good for us here after 21 games in the Premier League. But that will do it for this episode of the Everton FC 26 Career Mode. If you did enjoy it, lads, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel as well. We are on the road to 800 subscribers. Thank you all so much for the support on this series so far. I really, really hope you're enjoying it. Speaking of enjoying things, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all again for the next episode of the Everton Career Mode on Monday. Take care.